Alrighty, so unfortunately for the first actual session, my audio recording kind of failed horribly. I have like a little extended microphone that normally works, but I guess today it decided not to. Thankfully though, for the other session it does work perfectly fine. But for this, basically in the beginning here, I'm just using a lure, which is a treat, to get Xarie into a position that I want him to, which at this point I'm trying to teach him down. Again, he's still in the introduction of this, so it's completely fine that if he doesn't really understand it. But basically, for the near future, we're going to be using a treat to kind of guide him to go into a down position, along with some verbal command. And then eventually, over time, once he gets comfortable with this, he's going to eventually be able to go into a down position on command rather than needing to use a lure, otherwise a treat, to get him into the position that we want him in. Now we're going to go ahead and skip through this rest of the session here, so I cut it a bit short, just because it's basically the same thing over and over again. A lot of dog training is basically rinse and repeat the same exact command over and over and over again until you're basically drilling into the dog's head. This is what this means. This is what you got to do. So, it's going to get a bit boring. Now, you might see how I put on the top right corner there, session 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. It's very, very important during dog training that the dog is only learning so much in a certain period of time. Most dogs, at most, you're going to be going to do training for about 30 minutes with lots of breaks in between. Sometimes it can be like a 5-minute break, 15-minute break, 30-minute break, even an hour long, right? But generally, the maximum amount of training you want to get done in a day is around 30 minutes, but it really just kind of depends on the dog. This allows the dog to kind of basically retain that information that they've learned. What you're going to see a lot is in the, say, first session, he's not really going to know what he's doing too well, but by like the third or fourth session, he's going to be getting it down pretty good. Right, and that's kind of the idea there. We don't want to get him completely tuckered out to a point where he's just not interested anymore. So that's why you want to take nice long breaks between your sessions. Alrighty, so starting here, this is where we start to go into the place command. At first, I'm just bringing him on and off of the cot. Every single time all 4 of his paws get onto the cot, I am marking the behavior and I'm giving him reward, then bringing him right off and then right back on again, rinse and repeat multiple times. And then sooner or later, I'll then add in the command place so that he can start associating that word with that specific command. Or action that I want him to be doing. Now, a little bit after doing that for a couple more times, then I'm going to start maybe looking away, kind of acting disinterested, not paying attention. That way, I can then at the same time teach him his implied stay of needing to remain on the cot and constantly getting rewarded for it. Whereas if he exits the cot without permission or getting released from place, then obviously he gets a negative marking. He gets punished for that behavior. Alrighty, so at random points, you might also see me consistently giving him treats while he's already in place and he's already been in there for a little while. I'm also giving him verbal praise at the same time as to basically encourage the behavior that he is already exhibiting, which is by following the command given. Now, at certain points in the video, you're going to kind of see me kind of throw my hands up a little bit, and that's basically me giving him his release. So he's now free to get off of place or from his sit position, wherever he's really at and whatever he's doing. He's released from it. He can do whatever he wants. The reason why I'm kind of like throwing my hands up is because I'm acting in an excited manner so that he understands and learns, oh, this is a good thing. This means I'm free. I can run around, do whatever I want. You know, he's getting rewarded from it, so he understands, okay, this is now a totally different command compared to what I'm doing. Sorry, I had to adjust my seat there. So yeah. What was that? He's flopping around like a weirdo. Alrighty. Yeah, let's just keep it down there for now. So, yesterday we went over sleeping Xarie. Alright, come on. Come here. Oh, nasty from rolling around in the dirt. But yesterday we went over some of his sit, down, place, as well as some of his release commands and stuff. So we're just going to be doing that again today. Yesterday we used the prong on him. Didn't do too well with it. Didn't do too bad with it either. So we're going to try slip lead today and see if that does any better with him. So we're just going to get this nice and attached. Nice and snug. Alrighty, you ready? Place. Yes, good place. Give it a little treat.
Now we're going to move our microphone actually so you don't get too annoyed with the sound. Hopefully that'll be a better spot. Good place. Nope. Try again. Ready? Place. Yes, good place. Sit. Yes, good sit. Now it's important that once all 4 of his little feetsies there get onto the cot, that is considered in place. He can stand up on the cot, he can move around on the cot, so long as he keeps all 4 of his little feetsies on the cot. Otherwise that is out of place. Yes, good place. So what we're going to be doing, since he's still learning place, is that we are going to be constantly reinforcing that it is good that he's staying on that. So every couple seconds, we're just going to give him a treat and say, yes, good place. Yes, good place. Yes is basically going to be his little phrase there to know that he's doing good, right? So some people like using like a clicker and stuff like that. Basically, it just means he knows that treat's going to be coming whenever he hears that. Yes, good place. Now early on, of course, we aren't going to be adding any distractions, nothing like that. Sit. No, sit. No, sit. Yes, good sit. So you just gave him a little light correction there. The slip lead, he's liking that a lot more than the prong, that's for certain. And then we just manually pushed his butt down. And now we're going to go ahead and release him in a second here. Free! Yes, good boy. As you can see here, did pretty good with that. I'm going to move this just a little bit. We're going to redo everything there. Ready? Place. Yes, good place. Put that down. Give him a nice little treat. Now slowly over time, we're going to give him less treats and less reward. So he kind of gets used to the idea of going to place without getting a reward. That way he's not dependent on the treats. Yes, good place. All we're doing really is just keeping distance, keeping practicing, ignoring him, stuff like that. We'll see how long you can go. Most dogs can do about like 10 minutes. Really just depends on how well trained your dog is. Yes, good place. But seeing how Xarie here is a working breed, and he's a smart little man, he shouldn't have any issues with it. Free! Come on! Yes, good job. Good free. Now, as you can see, we're not saying stay or anything like that. We like doing it implied stay. Keeps everything a lot more simple for you. Like, let's say you have to open up the front door. You can just tell him to sit down or go to place. And you don't have to remember to say stay. You just got to remember to give him the release word. Place. Yes, good place. He can stay on that all he wants. Jump around on it, flip around on it, whatever he wants to do, as long as he stays in that spot. And you can do this with just about any object in your house. You can get like a little mat for him, or his dog bed, or a crate. As long as he can fit on it, comfortably do a little 360 on it, a little spinny circle, and it should be perfectly fine for him. Yes, good place. Now the reason we have to do all these different commands and stuff before we get to the off-leash training is because at some point when he does off-leash training, he is going to need to know how to sit perfectly and not move. He's going to need to know place. He's going to need to know how to walk properly. So that way he's actually paying attention to you and not just running off and doing what he wants. And then later today, we will also be going over his recall. And the way that's going to work is we're going to be using an e-collar to reinforce the idea that we can still touch him from all the way over here. So instead of me having to go over there, yank on the slip lead if he does something wrong, I can use e-collar for correction or for reinforcement. The way that would work basically is that you're using a very low level stim that you can barely feel. It'll feel like a little tingle. Yes, good place. And so every time he feels that little tingle, he knows, oh, someone's calling me. Also, if I go over there, I get a treat. Free! Free! Now, he knows he's free now. Set it multiple times. He can just stay there if he really wants to, or he can leave. Free! Come on! He's choosing to stay. He thinks he'll get more treats, but he won't. We'll go ahead and add a little bit more pouch here. These are little chicken liver treats. He absolutely loves them. I try not to give him too much, because otherwise he won't want to eat. Normally, if you're doing training for him, by the way, I would suggest not feeding him. Like if you're say training him around lunchtime, don't feed him his lunch. Give him his breakfast, but don't give him his lunch. You can use his lunch as a reward instead of treats, or you can just use treats. But it's good to have him a little bit hungry. That way he's more willing to work for the food. You just stand there, huh? Alright. Come on. Let's go. Now we'll do place one more time. Place. Yes, good place. Now we'll start adding maybe some minor distraction, which is this lovely toy right here. He absolutely loves this thing. Just trying to rip it apart the other day. And all I'm going to do is just try to get him to get off the place here to go after it. Not interested in that one, huh? How about the rope? Just like the rope as well. That's good. Yes, good place. We'll try maybe a tennis ball. Have toys all around the yard, so hopefully one of these still squeaks. Oh, this one does. Smart choice, not going after it. Good place, Xarie, good place. So he's kind of interested in it, but I think he's more focused on the treats. So what we're going to do is use treats as a nice little distraction for him. So, just because I know he's probably going to get up from this, which is okay, because he's still learning this stuff. We're going to have a treat here. Just going to plop it on the ground. Nope, bad place. And the moment he stepped off, stayed on. Yes, good place. Basically, all we're teaching him is that even if there's distractions in the environment, he needs to stay in place until he's released. As you see, he doesn't go after that time, because he knows, oh, I'm going to get punished. Yes, good place. And he's going to get a nice little reward for actually listening. Alright, use that treat. That one rolled in the dirt. We'll try that again. And then in the near future, we can use people as a distraction, other dogs as a distraction. Free! Go ahead. And sometimes dogs do need to take some time to learn what free is and all that, so it does take time, but eventually he'll kind of get it. Good, free. Where's the other one? There it is. So sorry if my mic's all messed up. I'll try moving it around later, maybe. I will keep it there. I'd say he's doing really good at the place, so later we'll do something else. Let me see how long we've been doing this for. He might need a break. Only 10 minutes. Look at that, he did pretty good. So what we're going to try now, actually we can maybe physically show you a couple of things here so you can teach him how place initially is supposed to work. So first things first, you want to get him onto the cot, right? You might want to lure him on. Yes, good. So this is if he's just introducing to it. Free. We're not saying place just yet because he doesn't learn it yet. We're just teaching him that going on here is a good thing. Yes, good. That's all 4 paws are up. Right? Keep giving him treats. Do this maybe 4 or 5 times. Free. Come on. No being lazy. Right? Guide him up. You might need to use a treat to lure him on there. You have to wait till all 4 paws are on. So we have to guide him. Yes, good place. And so now, after 4 or 5 times, we can start saying place. Stuff like that. So, free. Release him. Place. Yes, good place. That's when you're just initially teaching it, though. Normally you want to try distance building. Right after he kind of gets it, they used to stay there. So normally you want to hold the leash at first. You can just look around, do whatever, ignore him. When he steps off, though, give it a little bit of a correction. Yes, good place. And then make sure every now and then give him a reward for staying in place. Only after he gets how that all works can you start doing his distraction building, such as treats, toys, people, dogs, really just about anything that can distract him or get him off of place. Yes, good boy, Xarie. Such a good little man. So that's how that works. Trying to get him to go after these. He really likes playing tug. As you can see, he's already getting crazy for it. Yes, good place. Good job. Good little man. Alright, so after about 10-15 minutes of his training, he gets to take a bit of a break. Because you're only really supposed to give him about 30 minutes a day, realistically, for training. Sounds like a very short amount of time, but basically it kind of works the same way as school does. You can only learn so much in a single day before you kind of just break down and don't remember anything. So right there, that's kind of more of just me reinforcing his stuff, so that doesn't matter too much. So we're going to take a quick 15-minute break, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, so we're back. Sorry, I was taking this nice long nap. So right now we're going to be going over his recall, which is touch. It's a little bit easier training that one. But for this, we don't actually need to put him on a slip lead, so I don't think I will. But basically, every time he's going to touch our hand, we're going to reward it, and we're going to build distance, and eventually we're going to introduce the actual command, which is touch. Basically, this will help him learn that, hey, when I say touch, he can be on the other side of the yard, he'll run over, pop my hand, and he'll get a reward for it. So, sorry, wake up. Ready? Come here. Yes, good. So we're not going to introduce the command yet. We're just going to have him bop our hand with his nose. Yes, good. And you're going to get the treat. There you go. And we'll walk around. Yes, good. So he's done that 3 times for us. You can do it, I'd say, up to like 10 times if he's not really getting it, but he clearly understands, hey, let me put my nose up against this. Now we're going to do touch. Yes, good touch. Now we're going to give him the treat. Every time he touches our hand. Ready? Touch. Yes, good touch. And we'll do that one more time. Touch. Yes, good touch. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is we're not going to let him know what hand we have the treat in, because we don't want him to go for the treat. We want him to go for the hand. So I'm just going to pretend to have a treat in my hand. Pretend to swap it around. Touch. It's okay to go up to him. Yes, good touch. And then we give him the reward. And we'll go ahead and move this cot. Off. Come on. Oof. There we go. We're going to move the cot because he's trying to sit on it. And we don't want him doing that just right now. Touch. Yes, good touch. And hopefully slowly over time he'll kind of understand, hey, touch the hand. Touch. Yes, good touch. I'm going to go back, give him a treat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the opposite hand. So the treat is in this hand. And we're just going to say, touch. Yes, good touch. And every time he touches my hand. That's the important thing. Ready, Xarie? Touch. Yes, good touch. Basically, as long as he's coming to me, that's all that really matters. So again, putting in the opposite hand. Sorry, touch. This might take him a minute. That's okay. Sorry, touch. Touch. Come. It's okay. Yes, good touch. There's a fly on my shoulder. And this is going to take a long time, a lot of building, but that's okay. Most dogs don't really get it right off the bat. Eventually, they kind of figure it out, though. And again, we're just going to keep it in the opposite hand. Make sure he's touching our empty hand. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. And then eventually, over time, we're going to do distance building. So I could be like across the yard. He could be staying in place, and I could say, Xarie, touch. And he'll run up and touch my hand. Touch. Give him his time. Yes, good touch. And this could take a couple minutes of waiting. Just make sure you repeat the command every now and then. But if he really isn't getting it, then you might have to start over with being up close to him with the treat in your hand. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. That's very good for him. So we're going to try a little something here. Actually, you know what? No, we won't. It's still too early. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. As you can see, it's the timing between the touches is decreasing. Whereas he was a little bit nervous about it, I have to call him over. Now he's kind of just going up because he's realizing, oh, if I touch his hand, I get a treat. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. And he gets a treat. And we're just going to be repeating this for probably like a good 10-15 minutes. And then eventually, over time, we will do, say, place or sit and have him stay there and then recall him. Stuff like that. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. Now, a good thing to learn in the future, if your dog, say, does run off and you do recall him and he successfully comes back to you, don't scold him, don't punish him, none of that. Reward him. Because what you want is for him to want to come to you. Right? If he runs off, you call him, he comes to you, and you just punish him, then in the future, he's not really going to want to come back to you. That's what a lot of dog owners end up doing, unfortunately. So. See, he's trying to touch my hand already. I haven't told him yet, though. So you got to wait a minute until he gets disinterested. No, there's nothing in my hand, see? Nothing. So I have to wait a minute till he kind of forgets. Otherwise, he'll just kind of follow me around like he is right now. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. He's preparing for it. But that's good though, because it means he understands, at least to a decent amount, what he's supposed to be doing. Is there a ball under this room? Yeah, there is. Alright. So we'll just keep walking. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. Look at you. So smart. Alright. We'll test this out. We'll test this out. I don't imagine he'll succeed at this. If not, it's completely fine. It's completely fine. Sorry, place. Place. Don't tell me you forgot it. Place. All the way up. Come on, all the way up. You have to get your slip lead. Come on. Up. Sorry, place. Yes, good place. Took him a hot minute. That's okay though, he's still learning that one. I'm just gonna walk off. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. Look at that. He's doing so well with this. This is so good for him. You have no idea. It's like having guests over, right? You don't want him jumping up on anybody. You don't want to get him excited. So first things first, you put him in place. And then when you feel like it, you could say touch or free, whatever you want, and he'll do it. That's perfect. Combining commands. It's perfect for him. So, actually, no, we were not going to introduce the e-collar just yet with that. We'll do that a little bit later. But again, as previously said, it's not going to be anything painful or anything like that. It's going to be nice and comfy. But we just want to go into place real quick. So, sorry, place. Place. No. Place. Yes, good place. Sorry, good place. And it fell off. But he stayed in place, so that's also good. So he knows he's not supposed to leave it. There you go, bud. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I was teased. Oh, there we go. All right. He stayed in place. That's perfect. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. Good touch, sorry. He was a little bit uneasy about that, but that's okay. We'll build his confidence over time. If we keep doing this, we'll get super good at it. Sorry, place. No, place. Yes, good place, sorry. We'll have to get some more treats in a minute. Actually, I might start swapping it with his dog food so he eats that. It's a bit early though, so maybe we'll wait. But look there, he's staying in place. I'm walking all the way to the end of the yard here. He's staying right there. He's a good little man. Sorry, place. Oh. Sorry, touch. You might not be able to hear me. There's a loud car going on, so I'll wait for a minute. Sorry, touch. Wee, touch. Gotta touch my hand. Yes, good touch. Doesn't seem to do very good with very loud noises. So we can do some confidence building with that. That's basically just kind of walking around very large things and remaining calm during it and rewarding good behavior. I'm not sure if the microphone picked that up, but there was a super duper loud truck. And we'll just do his place stuff again and again a couple more times over. Ready? Sorry, place. Yes, good place. Sorry, good place. Here's a treat. I could just walk off, do what I want. He seems to be really, really liking his food, so I might introduce that as a distraction in the future, but not now. Still too early for that. Small treats for distraction, that's okay, but the big stuff that he gets super excited for, we want to hold off on. Maybe for next training session. Yes, good place, Xarie. Xarie, touch. Come on. You're free. Touch. Yes, good touch. Sometimes if he doesn't get it, you can also just release him and then do touch. So long as he gets, hey, I need to move off of this and come over to you. Some stuff on your back. Alright, so now what we can try here is this e-collar, and we'll go over this with you when you come picking him up today. Let's grab the e-collar here. Ooh, big scary device, but no harm is actually going to be happening here. It's all going to be like a weird little tingle. Make sure everything's on. And what we're going to do is we're going to find his working level, right? So we're going to start off, this goes from 1 to 127. Right, we're going to make sure this is nice and snug on his, here, so you can see it actually. Come here, sorry. Oh man. Want it nice and snug on his neck, nothing too tight. Just where you can fit 2 fingers in between. Make sure that both prongs are making contact. And it ain't dragging around like that, so you want it actually just a tad bit tighter. Hold on, you can itch yourself in just a minute. I promise. Alright, so now that that's there, we're going to start off at a 1. And we're going to do the nick feature, which basically means if I press and hold this, it's only going to go off once. Doesn't feel nothing. I doubt he would. So then we'll go up to a 3. As you see, he's just enjoying it. He doesn't feel nothing yet. A 5. Still nothing. He's likely not to feel anything anytime soon. Still nothing. We're just looking for like this faintest twitch. We're at a 9 now. A 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. He feels that. That's good. So that means that's where his working level is. So we could probably do it at 13. You might still feel it. Let's try that again. Didn't even press it yet. Hold on. So it might actually just be 14. Let's try that. Sorry, leave it. Good. He definitely feels that, so that's good. So 14 is actually pretty, I'd say average. I think even people feel that a tiny bit out of 14, maybe not. So what we're going to do here is actually start him off with just kind of pairing it, right? So every time I hit the little button, he's going to get a treat. So every time he feels that little tingle, he knows he's going to get a reward. So I pressed it. You might even be able to hear that on the microphone. So we're just going to give him treats. Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just test this out. We're going to hold it on the constant feature, so it's going to be constantly going off until he comes to me. So, sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. And so that way, when he's off leash in the future, you can make sure he kind of feels it. That way he knows, hey, oh, this thing is going off and this person's calling me. Must be a good thing. And when you are doing off-leash with him, I do strongly suggest you have an e-collar on him at all times. You want some level of control over him, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want him running off into traffic if he ignores you, or messing with a wild animal, stuff like that. We're not going to have the treat out just yet. Sorry, touch! And he's going to be constantly feeling this. Yes, good touch, but again, see how it's not a negative feeling. I just want to confirm that this is working, so that was just the vibrate, which is a lot more extensive than the stim he's currently on. Imagine like feeling someone like tapping you lightly and then doing like that to you. You know, that's the difference between the stim and the vibrate. And it doesn't hurt him, it just kind of like startles him. Sitting like a little weirdo. He really likes that cot. But that's a good thing. Sorry, touch! Yes, good touch. The moment he touches my hand, I release the thing. So he's no longer feeling it. Right. Sorry, place! Yes, good place. And you can pair this with basically any command, really, until he does it. It's normally a good thing. It's useful. A lot of people are afraid to e-collars because they don't understand them, which is completely understandable until you understand them. Then at that point, you're just kind of being silly about it. You still don't trust it. Because at the end of the day, this is a tool. If you use the tool right and appropriately, there's nothing to worry about. Here we go again. Sorry, touch. And release. Yes, good touch. And we'll show you all this again when you come and pick him up today. So will be a very good thing. He's progressing really well. He's responding to this super duper well, which is very good. I dare say he likes it more than the slip lead, which most dogs I think would do as well. Sorry, place. Place. You gotta go all the way on. We'll try again. Come here. Place. Sorry, place. See, he doesn't really understand what he's supposed to be doing here. Yes, good place. And we're not going to reward him for it because he took his time with it. He definitely knows what place is. He's just more distracted with the treats that I have. Sorry, touch. We're holding, release. Good touch. The moment he gets close enough to you and he boops your hand with his snoot, that's good. Sorry, place. Yes, good place. And even with that, I held and then released the moment he got all four of his little feetsies onto the thing. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. Look at you. You're doing so well today. Definitely better than yesterday. Which is understandable, because he's just learning stuff yesterday. Although today he's just learning his touch, his recall. He's getting the mouth foamies. He's loving the treats. Let me grab a rag. Always keep your towel with you. Yes, indeed. Don't want to get all slobbery, sir. Shh, 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 shh. Right? That's actually a good thing. Right there. 20 minutes. Just look at that, huh? 20-minute training session. We were just having so much fun. So we'll take a break here then. And then we'll probably do one more session before you come and pick him up. Alrighty, we are back. Basically, we're just going to be doing the same stuff. So, nice and easy. Let's get you in place real quick. Place. Yes, good place. Go ahead and reward it. No, bad place. No, no. Place. We might actually need something a little bit better than this for correction. We'll see though. Go on, all the way up. All the way up. There you go. Good. Good place. Unfortunately, he got off. It's okay though. Wait for him to relax a little bit. He realizes he's been bad. Again, getting rid of the collar. And we're going to hold it on the constant. And we're going to say touch. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Touch! Sorry, touch! And we'll keep holding it, holding it, holding it till he touches. Yes, good touch. And let go. Doesn't do too well with corrections. You can definitely see he's a bit nervous about it. So we'll try our best to only go with reward. So we'll see how that does. Sorry. Place. Yes, good place. And again, it's okay that he's not successfully staying on there all the time, as he is just learning it. Now we're going to get the e-collar ready. Right now it's on a 15. He still barely feels it, which is good. Sorry, touch. Give him a second. Keep holding, and release. Yes, good touch. And we'll go ahead and use this one. Oh, look at you. You're preparing for it. We'll do something else, yeah? Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. Yes, good sit. Good sit. Good sit. Sorry, touch. And we're going to keep holding it. And release. Yes, good touch. Good job. Good job. Look at you. You're so smart. Good boy. Alright. Ready? Place. And we're holding. Place. Might have to guide him. Yes, good place. Alright, we'll probably hold off on the recall for the rest of the day, and we'll just go with place. So, we won't need this. Go ahead and get that off. Release that. Ready? Free! Alright, make it nice and exciting for him. That way he knows, hey, I can get off this. No problemo. Not gonna get in trouble. Sometimes, though, you don't want to make the release command so exciting, because then he forgets what he's doing. So it kind of just depends on the dog. But for him, it's perfectly fine. I think we'll just use a slip lead for now. We're not going to go prong. A lot of people are afraid of prongs. But as long as you use it right and appropriately, nothing to be afraid of. Alrighty. Come on. Deep place. Yes, good place. Alright, so what we're going to start doing after this is trying to wean him off as many treats. Every now and then we'll still give him a treat. but we won't give him as many. Yes, good place. So now that we're marking the behavior by saying yes, that's what we're doing with every single command. We always say yes when he does it right. That way he views that specific word as good. Yes, good place. Generally, you always want to keep the same exact kind of tone and way you do it as well, which is why I'm very specific with how I say it. Yes, good place. Free. Yes, good job. Good boy, good boy. And we're not giving him any treats. This time we won't give him any treats, so sorry, place. Yes, good place. And just let him stay up there for a while. He really likes that cot, so he'll just sleep on it if we let him. We're just gonna give him some time to think, do whatever he wants. Good job. We don't want him getting up. And these are nice little playful distractions. You might want to get up and go after that. But he's smart enough to know he shouldn't. And we'll try dropping a treat or two. He just ate about an hour ago, so he's not going to be as hungry. Free! Good job, Xarie. Good job. Good job. Here, want some treats? Yummy. Good job. Look at you. You did such a good job. Alrighty, let's see if we can do it without the lead. Place! Yes, good job. The less we have to guide him onto the thing, the better. Which is great. He figured it out. And then hopefully in the near future, by next session, we'll start doing distance building. So, or more distance building, I should say, where I am, say, across the yard, I tell him place, and he goes to here, instead of me just walking away and putting him there. If that makes sense. Yes, good place. Lots and lots of waiting. Hopefully next year we can add grass. I kind of like that, rather than all this dirt and shit. Well, no shit, but lots of dirt. Yes, good place. We'll see how long he can go there. See how long we've been going so far. Probably like good 10 minutes almost. Yep. So well behaved. Who's doing such a good job? Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. See, he definitely understands that he needs to boop his nose on my hand there. He's a very smart little man. Yes, you are. Place. Yes, good place. I'll leave him there for a little while longer. But this is basically where you can kind of do whatever you want. When you're practicing this at home, you know, maybe you could be making his food or your own food, whatever. You know, just having him sit in place for a while you're off distracted doing something. I wouldn't say leave the room just yet, or if it's a really small room, I guess. But, you know, try your best with distance building. See how he does. Distractions 2. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. Sorry, place. No, place. Yes, good place. Good job. Good job. Good job, little mans. So well behaved. So when you start practicing this at home, at first you'll want to be next to him, keep him on a leash. Might just give you a slip lead for home, just because I don't want you correcting him with a flat collar, so that could do a little bit more damage. But yeah, just starting off, just stand next to him, hold the leash, lead while you're doing plays with him, release him after a couple seconds, and then gradually just add more time to it. And eventually you can start just kind of walking away and doing all this other stuff. You might even be able to try walking away right away at home. Just how well he's doing here. But this is a minimal kind of distraction environment, so he could always act differently with me compared to you. Sorry, touch. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. Kind of put his whole head in my hand there. But he gets the idea, which is good. Sorry, place. Yes, good place. That was fantastic. Because if you remember just a couple minutes ago, he had to kind of do it twice. He'd kind of like look back at it, had to question it. He's like, is that where he wants me to go? But this time he looked at me only once and just went right to it, which is perfect. Sorry, touch. Sorry, touch. You giving up? You have been doing this a lot today, so he's probably tired, which is fine. Come on, one more. Sorry, touch. Yes, good touch. All right, I'd say he is clonked out for today. All his actions are very, very slow. You're free. Free. There you go. His little footsie got stuck. But normally you want to only take about 30 minutes of training a day. I think today we did almost an hour. Although a lot of that was just redoing a lot of what he learned from yesterday. And the other half would be for his recall, which he did great with. Yes, you did. He is so tired. So yeah, we'll give him some time to digest those treats. He'll come pick them up in, like 2 hours, 3 hours. We'll teach you some stuff. Hopefully get this video to you by, hopefully Sunday. I think that's when I'm off next. That or Saturday night. And then you could practice stuff at home. Like his place and his recall. Your tail has stuff on it. Dude, what? Got like a bunch of little burrs in your tail. Not like burrs, it's more like just twigs. But what? Oh, who likes the belly rubs? Good little man. But yeah, that's basically it for today for him. So you come pick him up. Bye-bye.